I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, so I'm a home state boy. Did my undergrad here at the University of Texas, went on to the University of Nebraska College of Law. When I started law school, the goal or the plan was to be a corporate lawyer. I had a good friend of mine, Jamal Charles, who was in California, actually represented by athletes for his training. I went out there to visit him while he was doing his training. Ended up doing an internship, meeting some guys out there, and the rest is history.
4 years after taking that internship with Athletes First, David Mulugheta is now a full-fledged agent at one of the leading representation firms. A1's NFL client list reads like a Pro Bowl roster with Aaron Rodgers, Clay Matthews, Von Miller, Ed Reed, and Wes Welker. A1 represents 9 former Texas football players. Mulugheta represents Marquise Goodwin, Alex Okafor, Keenan Robinson, Earl Thomas, Kenny Vaccaro, and Jamal Charles.
The University of Texas has done a great job with developing and fostering that family atmosphere. Everybody always comes back and they're very supportive of each other. And I think that's a big reason that a lot of recruits and high school players come to Texas, because they feel that family atmosphere. And I think that having a guy that they can relate to as an agent and somebody to work with them, I think that definitely helps guys. They're comfortable.
Your agent is your main guy. He's negotiating your contract, and you definitely want to build that family kind of vibe with him, so he can definitely have your best interest when he's talking to these owners. And I definitely feel like that 100% with him.
He's like my big brother. He's been around my whole life. None of my friends from high school have been around like they've been around.
One of the main parts of this business is building a relationship with guys. And when I say that, I don't mean just during their playing career. You build these relationships with guys that, these relationships go on far past their playing day. I got 2 of my clients currently that I'm even a godfather to their daughters. Jamal Charles' daughter, Michaela J. Charles, and Earl Thomas's daughter, Callie Rose Thomas, are both my goddaughters. So, like I said, this is something that this is not just a 3, 5, 7-year relationship. These are lifetime relationships.
I don't see him as my agent. I was like, he'll do anything for me. He's done a lot for me in this process, and I'm really glad I made the decision.
But I want my guys to call me anytime they're going through something that they might need help with. And for Kenny, the first time that he went out and bought a suit on his own or got fitted for a suit, he had never really experienced that before, so he wanted me to come help him out, make sure he didn't pick a design that was too crazy or anything like that. I don't think you can pull that one off.
I couldn't pull it off. I know I couldn't.
I say something conservative, something nice. Black or blue, I think would be a good choice.
I think black or blue work for you. One thing I preach to my guys is how hands-on I am, and I want to be a resource for them no matter what it is they're doing. So there's nothing too small or too big that they're doing that I won't handle for them. So obviously we do the things that people know we do as far as negotiating contracts and marketing deals and so forth. But I want my guys to call me anytime they're going through something that they might need help with.
A1's home office is in Irvine, California, but a satellite office in Austin allows David to remain in close contact with his clients.
Guys want to be able to come in my office and sit down with me face to face and discuss any issues they're having, rather than having to call their agent on the phone who's 2, 3, 4, 5 states away and talk about an issue that they have or wait on a phone call back. So obviously I have an open door policy. My guys come and go, as they please. I have lunch, dinner with my guys, 2, 3 times a week while they're here in Austin.
He's worked with a lot of Texas guys. He's worked with a lot of great Texas guys that are doing well in the league. So I like to look at track records, man. And I went back to those guys, talked to them, see how he treated them. And they basically told me, man, he's the best agent in the world.
My job is to tell them, what I think is going to be in their best interest. A lot of times guys don't want to hear that, or they have a different idea of what's in their best interest. So we might bump heads, it might be situations where they don't agree with something that I tell them, but at the end of the day, I just want my guys to understand that they're not going to get somebody who's just constantly telling them yes and what they want to hear.
I originally went with somebody else as my agent, but things didn't work out for whatever circumstances. I kind of, reevaluated, and he was willing, with open arms, and that's why I chose him.
Honestly, when Marquise decided he was going to declare for the NFL draft, it was sort of a shock to me. Initially, I thought he was going to pursue his Olympic goals as far as being a world record holder, gold medalist, all the things that Marquise does. He ended up declaring for the draft and signing with an agency. He decided he wasn't, extremely happy with the way things were going at his other agency, and we figured that, coming to Athletes First and working with me was going to be, his best option. And I was more than thrilled to have Marquise.
He definitely has part of my life in his hands. He has a lot of control over the things that I do. Having that kind of connection is very important.
In April, the lives of Mulugheta's 3 newest Texas clients changed forever in the 2013 NFL Draft. Kenny Vaccaro was regarded as the best prospect of the group and was one of the 23 players who attended the draft in New York City with hopes of becoming a first-round pick.
Got that thick neck. So I'm starting to get anxious. I haven't really been getting nervous like everybody said you get. I mean, I'm just glad to have the opportunity to be here, so just kind of soak it all in.
Good evening, and welcome everybody to the 2013 NFL Draft.
You see these guys working so hard in the pre-draft process and, putting in all this work. And even before that, these guys have played football since, a lot of them since they were 5, 6 years old. I think more than anything, I'm happy for them, I'm proud of them, but at the same time, I know it's just the beginning of a long road.
With the 15th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Kenny Vaccaro.
He just said congrats and you earned it. He goes, from when I saw you when you first got to UT, I knew you'd be something special.
The second day of the draft brought more joy to Mulugheta's camp.
With the 78th pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Marquise Goodwin, wide receiver, Texas.
Congratulations, boss. How you feel? That's real. You're gonna be starting a kickoff return. He should be there starting kickoff return at the beginning of the season.
In the fourth round, it was time for Mulugheta's third and final Texas client to come off the board.
The Arizona Cardinals select Alex Okafor, linebacker, Texas.
After that call came, man, he basically said perfect fit. And for him to have that stamp of approval, I'm ready to go.
My biggest goal would just to be have guys make the right decision 10, 15 years down the line. I want to have a bunch of clients that I still talk to that come over my house for dinner, and I just say that I've made a difference.